1 second. There's music playing. Okay, great. Sorry, the music had continued. Good morning. So a few things. I forget that people are new here. There's so many new people joining us that repeating some of the guidelines, some of the deep ideas of my yoga. One is you should always feel really well. Whatever you're doing, there should be a sense of wholesomeness and wellness about what you're doing. We should all look really different. My interpretation of the movement will be completely different than your interpretation of the movement. We are all gloriously individual. So one of your arms will do one thing and the other one will do something else. And so same thing with your legs, same thing with side bending, twisting. So listen to the variations and glory in the differences rather than try and make things the same. So really appreciate, oh, this leg does this, and oh, that one does this. Wow, that's amazing. Rather than I must make them the same, which actually doesn't happen. It's not really physiologically even possible. And be kind, be steady. This is a progressive practice. So as we turn up continuously, things change rather than have an ultimate achievement on any one day. It's just this progressive, everyday relentlessness that we're continuously doing. And yes, for flow, it's €10. Every month, each month is a whole program as such, and each month is €10. And details are in the information down below, or you can email me. And there's PayPal, Revolut, Bank. Drop it into my envelope, no, into my post box, whatever you feel is right for you. So come, let's move. Come. Come lie on your back. So your knees are bent and your feet are flat on the floor. And then just draw your lower back down and flatten into the floor and arch. And as you do so, really cultivate the breath. We're diving deep into the breath today. So arching your lower back and flattening down, and feel the breath through the whole of you. Arching. What is a really comfortable reach in your spine as you do this. Nice. And then we're going to do the upper part. So pull your elbows back and lift your shoulders a little bit off the floor, and then reach both hands up towards the ceiling. Stay there, or lift your head up and reach deeply up through your fingers. So draw your elbows back, squeeze your shoulders backwards, and then reach through your fingers. And again, pulling back, opening the chest, and then reaching through your fingers. Nice. Down into the pelvis again. Lift the right hip off the floor, and then lift the left hip off the floor. Has this changed since day one of flow? So as you tilt your pelvis from left to right, can you feel how there's more awareness? And there's more steadiness in this movement, perhaps. And just feel, really go, wow, there's much more textures and connections as we do this now. Nice. Up into the chest. Right arm lifts. Maybe leave your head on the floor. Maybe lift your head and just feel that. You're really reaching and opening through the upper chest. How does that feel for you? Nice. And then from here, both arms down and tilt your pelvis or list your pelvis from left to right. So swing your pelvis left and swing your pelvis right. So as you swing your pelvis from side to side, you're going to feel sensations through the sides of your belly, the sides of your hips. Nice. And then your shoulders. Elbows come down, and really include your hips as well. So we're doing both at the same time here. You're squeezing the right, squeezing the left. Again, check. Are you arching or flattening? Whatever one you're doing, try the other one. Nice. And then just pause. Such deep work, those spinal movements. Just rest. Bring your arms wide, and then drop your knees down to the right and glide your left knee up. And we're just going to warm into the spine a little bit more. So just glide your top leg up towards the opposite shoulder, the gliding twist. So as your right knee rises, begin to connect again down into the breath so that you're really smooth and deep and juicy in your body. A sense of really connecting down into the belly and finding the internal rhythm of the connectivity between your breath and the movement, and whatever that is. There's no one way that we do it, and on any given day it changes. Nice. Come back to center. Nice. So walk your feet a little bit wider and then drop both knees down towards the right. And then squeeze the left knee a little bit closer towards the floor and just feel that. As you draw that left knee down, there's more activity through the side of the left hip into the belly. And then you're going to lift the right leg off the floor and try and lift it like a tray. Rather than lifting the knee first, you lift the foot and the knee together. So it rises up and then it lowers down. Just feel that you're rising up and then lowering down, and feel what happens through your body as you lift your right leg, lowering down, lift your right leg, and lowering down. Nice. Come all the way back up to center. Lift your right leg up and place the right ankle on top of the left knee. Slowly rock over towards the left. And so my elbows are really strong. My breath is deep as I drop over towards the left and then come back up. And there's this super length happening down through the right side of my body as I do this. And I really am allowing myself to warm into it as I rock. Next time you drop over, stay there just for a breath or two. Really finding the length of you, the stretch through the rib cage. And then coming all the way back up to center. Nice. From here, unhitch your foot off your knee, but fall down towards the right with your legs. And then bring your arm underneath your head and bring your left hand to the floor in front of you and stretch the left leg long. So I'm lying on my side, my right knee is straight out from my hip, my right arm is underneath my head, and my left hand is really secure. And now reach through your toes and try and touch something a little bit beyond your toes. So feel like you're super duper long through that left leg. And then bend your knee, draw your knee up to your elbow. Stretch out through your toes, try and touch the floor just beyond your toes. And then bend your knee, tap your knee off your elbow. Find your breath. So as we flow into this movement, as we connect into the deep of us, feel the kind of the juicy engagement of the muscles of the side of your body, the deep of your belly. Nice. Reaching one more time. And then bend your knee and draw it up towards your elbow. So this time keep your knee bent and let your foot travel backwards. And as your foot travels backwards, push a bit extra into your left hand. Draw your knee forwards. So your knee is now gliding forwards and backwards. And this is going to look really different in all of us. Just listen to your body. Hear your body as you breathe, as you connect. Nice. Roll over onto your back. Pause there for a moment. I love kind of making myself straight again by lifting my bum up and lifting my shoulders up. Nice. So walk your feet a little bit wider and then drop both knees down towards the left. And just pause there. As you pause, draw that right knee a little bit more towards the floor. Breath is down into your belly. You're finding length into the right hip, into the right waist. Nice. And then lift your left leg like a tray. Let it rise. And lowering down. And notice what happens in your body. There's so many different things happening. Keep your breath really juicy as you move. Nice. Come all the way back up to center. And then I want to walk my right foot a little bit to midline again, and then draw your left ankle up to the top of your right knee. Bring your elbows to the floor, deepen your breath, and allow yourself to rock down towards the right as far as you feel wellness is. So as you go, just feel the lengthening into the deep belly. Allow your breath to support you from the inside. So deepen your breath down into your pelvic floor, down into the side of the rib cage on the left. Really feel like you're being buoyant from the inside. There's a sense of connection. Next time you go over, find your distance and pause there. Nice. Come all the way back up to center. Unhitch your foot from your knee and then drop both legs over towards the left. Roll over onto your left side and bring your left arm underneath your head. And then stretch the right leg long and try and bring your toes as far away from you as you can. My right hand is pushing into the floor. And then bend your knee. Bring your knee up to your elbow. And again, lengthen, reaching into your toes. Bend your knee. Tap. Lengthen, reaching down into your toes. Bend your knee. Tap. One more time. Lengthen. Really reaching deeply. Feel this sensation because we're going to find it again in different ways. Bend your knee, tap your elbow, and then keep your knee bent. Glide your foot backwards. And then glide your knee forwards. Glide your knee backwards. And glide your knee forward. One more time. Feeling, deepening the breath, slowing things down. Roll over onto your back. Position yourself so that you feel straight. And then pushing your feet down, roll up and down along your spine. So as you travel up and down, has anything changed in your spine over the last week? We're now day 8, 1 week into flow. We've been maneuvering the spine in so many different directions. We've been connecting to the breath and how do we segment the spine. We were doing some of that yesterday. We were really being like on a voyage of discovery into the spine. So as you do this, can you notice anything that has changed in your body? Nice. One more time. Super cool. Just pause there on the up and feel the squeeze of your bum. Maybe draw your knees a little bit towards each other so you feel your inner thighs engage. Shoulders and elbows maybe draw backwards a little bit. Feel the bracing down into the floor of your elbows. And then reach both hands up towards the ceiling and bring your fingertips to touch and round your shoulders a little bit forward. And just really feel the reach of your fingers, the squeeze of your bum. And then roll all the way down and just pause. Super job. So roll over onto your side and come all the way up into your downward dog. So hands are on the floor, feet are on the floor, and just settle yourself in. Like, how do you do that? There's so many different skills or actions, and just feel, how do you, some of you have been here now almost 6 months. It's quite wild, really. Think about it, morning yoga for 6 months. Some of you have been here just the last few days. So come up onto your toes and then draw your heels backwards. And come up onto your toes and draw your heels backwards. One more time. Come up onto your toes and draw your heels backwards. Draw your knees down, let them tap the floor. Stretch back into your downward dog. Where's your breath? Can you breathe from the deep of you into the movement? Drop your knees down and back. So as you flow your knees down, connecting your breath deeply, really find the expression of your breath into this movement. Nice. And then stretch your right leg up and back behind you. Nice. And then bend your right knee and draw your right knee towards your forehead and your forehead towards your knee. Stretch your right leg up and back behind you and find that super long leg that we just created there on the floor a while back. And reach from your belly into your toes. Nice. Lower your foot to the floor. Last of these, draw your left leg up and back behind you. And then bend your knee, draw your forehead to your knee and your knee to your forehead. Stretch your leg up and back behind you. Find that super long leg that reaches from your belly. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor. Just come rest into a child's pose. Letting all that settle. Deepen the breath. Where does the breath fill into your spine? For me, it widens into my lower back, and I really feel the lower part of my rib cage expanding. Nice. So come all the way up, and your knees are in the middle, and then bring your feet off your mat. So your knees have widened. No, your feet have widened, and your knees are still in the middle. And then stretch your left leg long. No, I've got it all back to front. Okay. So stretch your right leg long and bring your right hand to your right hip. So you're sideways on your mat. And so your left foot is pointing behind you, your right leg is long, and your left hand is underneath your shoulder. And then point into your toes and try and glide your foot a little bit further away. And then pull it back. And then so you're just sliding your toe a little bit further along the floor. And just feel that. It's like deep into your belly. Nice. Let your foot land where you feel a stretch. And then reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Reach your arm over your ear. Feel the length of the whole of you by lifting your rib cage a little bit more up towards the ceiling. So now we're squeezing the left side and opening the right. And then flow. Bring your fingers down towards your foot. Reach your arm overhead. And just feel your breath. Feel the deep of you as you move. How would you open through your belly or find that sense of a graceful, reaching, long body? One more time. Nice. Other side. Both knees to center, both feet wide. Bring your left foot long behind you. Bring your left hand to your hip. And then point into your left toe and try and reach a bit further. And come back. Reach a bit further. Come back one more time. Reach a bit further. And come back. Bring your foot flat to the floor. Reach your left arm overhead and then over your ear, and then lift your rib cage a little bit more up towards the ceiling and squeeze your right hip towards your right shoulder. And then flow. Bring your fingers down towards your foot and then lengthen up and back. Fingers down. Reach up and back. One more time. Down and reach. Just pausing there. Long through the sides of your body. Nice. Hand to the floor. Come sit on the floor. Stretch your legs out long in front of you. And just roll deeply into your belly. Feeling your breath. Really connecting into it. And then roll in the other direction. I was thinking, in Deep, we were lying on the beach, looking down the beach. We were doing all these functional movements. It's very interesting. As soon as we've gone into flow, it's all about just the deep of our spine. It's about the insides of us. It's very interesting. And then round your back, draw your forehead down in the direction of your knees. Bring your hands to your thighs, arching and look upwards. And bring your hands down, or head down in the direction of your knees. And then as you look upwards, pull your elbows back like we did on the floor. Pull your elbows back, your fists are beside you. It's like a double lawnmower. And look up towards the ceiling. Nice. Reaching your hands down towards your feet. Pull your elbows back, double lawnmower. And then reaching down. And double lawnmower. How cool. So bring your feet wide. We're just going to do a very simple flow into our hips. Bring your left foot in so it's in the middle. And just lean forward a little bit. Just kind of see your foot. Stretch your leg out long. And then bring your right foot into the middle. And then just lean forward. How's his foot? And stretch your leg long. Nice. So continue with one leg and the other, or try both legs into the middle. If you've done one leg, stretch that leg out. And then do the other leg, or do both legs again. Leaning forward, trying to see your feet. And out. Nice. Bend your right knee, draw it in, right foot, draw it in so that your foot is standing and your knee is high. Stretch your leg long. And then the other side, bend your left knee, foot is standing, knee is high. And out. And then try both. Or continue at one. So do one or both. And then stretch it long, and then do the other, or do both. And then stretching long. Nice. Last version. Bend your right knee in, and then bend your left knee out so you end up in zigzag. Stretch your left leg. Stretch your right. Bend your left knee in, or left foot in, and bend your right foot out. And stretch your right leg. And stretch the left. How cool. So come rest into your child's pose, or come rest onto your back. Reach your arms long, drop your head down. It's this thing that I love is that change is continuously happening. And we can cultivate the platform or the environment for good change. So you turning up here at the moment is cultivating a wonderfully rich environment for change. Your spine is connecting. There's different elements of movement emerging, arising. You're getting a deeper connection to the whole of your body. Amazing. So change happens. Just check in with your molecules, the deep of you, the sense of possibility, of wellness, gratitude. Checking in, how are you today? Oh, cool. Great, guys. So stay there if you wish. Lie on your back if you wish. Or come slowly, slowly to emerge or move. How wonderful. Great. Those of you who are in my Zoom class tonight, so looking forward to seeing you. Friday night is one of my oldest classes, I think. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing you. So great. I will see you all tomorrow, and be well. Yeah, cultivating wellness is an amazing thing. Bye. Great.